Hey there, and welcome back to Northlight Photographic Workshops, and Happy New Year. I know I'm a little bit late, but better late than never, right? I've been meaning to do this for a little while, but I have to admit that I went on vacation, and all of you that know me know that I rarely go below the 45th parallel, and on this one, I went to Costa Rica. I really needed to get some warmth. I mean, it's crazy up here in northern Michigan right now. We've had probably about 2 feet of snow in the last 4 days, and it's continuing to come. It's about 12 degrees outside right now. And believe me, Costa Rica was a real welcome retreat from here. I've never really done trips like that before where I'm going that far south, but this time was about as far south as I've ever been. I believe I was at 9 degrees above the equator. And it was hot. It was really nice, and I really enjoyed it. Was hanging with the monkeys and playing in the surf and snorkeling and zip lining, the whole 9 yards. I did the whole tourist thing, which is a little bit embarrassing, but really nice to do. I highly advise everybody, especially those of you living in a climate like I live in here, to do a little bit of escape time. It'll help you in a great deal. And here it was, I went on this great vacation and I took my camera with me. I had my D850 with me, and I didn't even pull it out of the bag. I used my iPhone, and that was plenty for me. It was really nice to take a complete vacation. So anyway, with that, and after showing off some of my video from the trip here, I'm going to get to the point of this video, and it's basically my year-end, year-beginning video. I think it's now, what are we into now? 2024. 2019 was the beginning of the pandemic, so this is my 4th year of really going at this hardcore. And you may not think I go at it all that hardcore because I don't post all that much. But I try to do my best, and I think I've got nearly 200 videos out there right now. And I actually just read through my original manifesto, so to speak, which I'll link to up here just so you can get a laugh out of it. But I was, although I'm very stiff and obviously very uncomfortable in front of the camera in it, I did make some good points, and I did pretty much follow those guidelines, that I set for myself at that time, the goals. And I said that I wanted to show some processes, and now we've gone through a complete series on wet plate and digital negatives and platinum and palladium processing, gum over palladium processing. We've done salt printing, all kinds of things. And I've got a lot more that I still want to do with you. But at the same time, I've taken several trips, which has been really great. Just in this last year alone, I led trips to Faroe Islands and Iceland, and those were great times, and I met some fantastic people on those trips, and I've had a lot of return travelers, which is more than anybody can really ask for. So it's been a really good time, and I've got a lot more planned for this year that I'll talk to you about in this video as well. It's just been a really good time, and but I do have to say it's been a bit exhausting. Keeping up with content isn't what I thought it was going to be. I shoot a lot of video, and I play with my camera. I say play. I work with my camera all the time, almost every day. But creating content, so to speak, isn't that easy. And although I'm doing my best, I know I'm not necessarily keeping up with things like a lot of YouTubers do. But again, I'm learning, and I'm really enjoying the fact that you're out there watching. Honestly, in this 4 years that we've been doing this, I've been reading through a lot of the comments that I get, and they're so fantastic. There's so many people that have started to pick up these processes and things that I talk about. Granted, I'm no household name, and there's so many other photographers out there on YouTube that have so many more subscribers, and it's just I don't think I'm ever going to be that. But what it does give me hope for is basically all of these older and more traditional processes that we're working here, and crossing over through hybrid methods to, with 21st century methods as well, as in the digital negative, things like that. It's really been catching on, and I'm honestly kind of shocked at how many people around the world are asking me questions and are getting into these things and learning the digital negative process, and it's just really it's really satisfying as a photographer and a practitioner of these processes that I show you, because I obviously do it because I love doing it, and it's fun to teach people, and it's really rewarding. I mean, not necessarily, like I always say, the fame rarely matches the bank account, but it is really rewarding, and it is starting to pay off a little bit. I mean, I have to admit, and I'll be completely frank with you, that I'm starting to hit that $200 a month mark, which is really, it's a lot of work for that, but I didn't do it for that, is what I'm saying. I mean, would it be nice to have a couple 100,000 viewers and, make $5,000 every video I'm making? Yeah, sure, but I think that we're doing pretty good the way it is right now. I mean, it's a manageable subscriber base, which I really like, because I'm actually able to personally answer almost every question that I get, which is great to still be at that point. I can see where it could get to the point where if things were coming at me too fast, there'd be really no way that I could do that. But so far, I'm still able to do that. I do feel kind of bad because I've kind of neglected my Patreon followers, and if any of you are watching right now, I deeply apologize, and I'm going to really try this year to catch up with all of that and start posting more on that platform. But I have, although I'm grateful for every follower I have there, the ratio of them compared to what's happening on YouTube is a lot smaller, and therefore I tend to put a lot of my effort here and hope that my Patreon viewers are watching those and benefiting from those and therefore supporting me through Patreon. I'm trying to find some other way to make that more of a community, but with the numbers of people right now, it's not that conducive for me. I mean, I have to put a lot of my energy in certain areas at this point, and I'm just hoping, as a one-man band here, that you'll understand that and realize that, I'm doing my best, and I really would like to support that area more, and I really enjoy your support. But I just so far have not been able to work it all out. I mean, as I said, I didn't think this was all going to happen the way it was. This started off as a pandemic project, and now it's taken on a life of its own, which I really enjoy. And another aspect of this is the travel thing too, and I'd like to do more videos based upon that, the travel, and taking you out and photographing with you and showing you how I work and those kind of things. I like to do that, but unfortunately, again, the viewership on those tends to drop quite a bit. I put a lot of effort into those, and there's not as much viewership of those. So, I have to balance things out and go where people such as yourself really want to go. And a lot of times that's in the different processes and showing you different things in the darkroom and working in the darkroom. And those kind of things get a lot of views, and I'm really grateful for those. So I'm trying to find a good balance here, and I'll keep doing that this year. I'm by no means quitting. Again, I'm sorry for the lack of posting over the last few weeks here, but I've got things I'm working on. So just to tell you a little bit about what's coming up this year, I'm trying to diversify more and start to teach more workshops in different places. I have been working with my friend Carrot Kuklis out at Yosemite, and I was out there this year twice. I'm going to be out there assisting him again in March. That workshop, I believe, is sold out, but if you want to look at the AnselAdamsGallery.com website and see if there's any availability in that workshop, that's going to be an advanced platinum palladium printing class, and we did that one last year, and it was a lot of fun, and people learned a lot. So check on that one. There may still be some availability. I'm also in later March 21st through 24th, I believe. I'm going to be teaching down in Asheville, North Carolina at Mountain Intaglio Studio, which is run by a good friend of mine, Clay Harmon, and his wife, Lynn. They have a really great facility. I've not taught there yet, but I have been there, and I'm really looking forward to this. That's going to be a platinum palladium, a gum over platinum class. But fortunately and unfortunately at this point, that class is sold out. But I do know that they take alternates there. So if you want to look at the Mountain Intaglio website, which I'll leave a link to below, you can perhaps get on a waiting list for that one. Let's see, I have several trips coming up this year. The first being is going to be in the Faroe Islands, which runs this April 23rd to the 30th. That trip again is sold out, but if you want to get on a waiting list, very often somebody has to drop out at the last minute. And so if you want to get on a waiting list for that, please contact me via my email address or my contact form through my website, and that's at billschwab.com contact. I'll leave a link to that below as well. If there's anything else that you'd like me to try to start to work on a little bit and to maybe show you, or give me any suggestions, that's the way to do that also, is to go through my contact form in my website at billschwab.com. Let's see. I'm going to be doing other trips too. I haven't got them set in stone yet, but I'll be doing Iceland again in the fall, probably late September, early October. I'm going to be focusing pretty much on the West Fjords this time, and we'll be going back to Djupavik, which is one of my favorite places in the world, and staying with my friend Magnus at the Djupavik Hotel. Stay tuned for that one. Get in my subscription list through my website, billschwab.com/subscribe. And that will put you on my newsletter, and you'll get notice of everything that's coming up. Lately, a lot of my trips are filling up before I can actually get, the word out to the general public. I'll send out a list, an email to my list talking about the trips or offering the trips, and very often they'll fill up at that point. So if you really want to come on one of these trips, and the trips are fantastic, and I'm not saying that because I'm leading them, they're just so good. We get together with so many people, and so far I've been so lucky to have so many like-minded people that each trip creates its own dynamic, and I mean, they're incredible. I mean, they're just really good. If you're interested in going, send me your email address, and I'll send you the names of some people that you can contact that have been on trips with me before, and they'll tell you what I mean. What happens is each trip creates its own dynamic, and each group of friends seems to continue on. And very often, people return trips. Like this Faroe Islands trip, half of the people on this trip are people that have been with me before. And that happens on a lot of my trips. So I'm really grateful for that. It's very, very encouraging to know that people like to travel with me, and that I'm creating a trip that they like to come on. So anyway, keep tabs on that. I'll also be doing, I'm looking into Wales right now, North Wales, and the Snowdonia National Park. Ivy now, I believe, is what it's called. But I'm really working on that one right now and hoping to offer that trip later this year. I'm still working on Svalbard up in north of Norway. So keep tabs on that one as well. So if you get on my subscription list at billschwab.com/subscribe, you'll get onto my email list, and you'll be given notice of all of these things when they're coming up, and as well as other workshops. Which, speaking of workshops, this is another thing that I wanted to talk to you about. I want to start offering some of these more in different locations in the country and even in the world. So if you happen to know of a facility in your area where people can run these types of workshops, I don't need a specific traditional darkroom, but I do need a place with a sink and with areas for us to work in that aren't in daylight or don't have big windows around, anything like that. But I'd really like to get out and teach more of these workshops, because I find out that people that are either unwilling or unable to come up here to my workshop or go to other places where I offer these, like, Yosemite is not a real cheap endeavor, because you've got to pay for your lodging and all those other kind of things. So if you have that kind of a thing in your area, please contact me, put me in contact with the people that maybe run the facility. And I'd like to set up a tour of sorts where I could go on the road and I could run these workshops and these different processes that I'm teaching, and actually do it with you in person in your hometown or close to your hometown. So please get in contact with me if you have something like that, or if you know somebody that I can work with in that way. The last thing I'd like to talk about is just the basic, followers here. I looked back and in the last year, since I did this last year, we've had almost doubled our follower size. We've gone up to nearly 8,000 followers now, which to me is fantastic. I know that there's a lot of other people out there that are in the hundreds of thousands, and quite frankly, I don't know how that happens, but I am really proud of what we've created here so far. I think that we've really done a great job spreading this word. I know that a lot of you have helped out in that as well. I keep getting people that have contacted me saying that somebody saw me on YouTube. I've even been in a couple of places now where people have come up to me and recognized me, which is crazy. One of them was here in Cross Village, and that was really kind of blew my mind a little bit. You know, he walked by my car and saw the license plate on it, and he said, "Oh my gosh, I follow you on YouTube." And he told me how he brought his father on a photo trip up there just because he had seen it in my videos and really thought it was a nice area. So that was extremely rewarding and very kind of them to introduce themselves like that. But anyway, what I'm saying is it's starting to happen, and I'm really enjoying it. The more the merrier. The more of us that are doing these. I'm hearing reports from Bostic and Sullivan. I'm hearing reports from everybody that they're selling some, they're getting some more clients based upon the videos and that kind of thing, and that really makes me happy. I'm happy that everybody's benefiting from this, and most of all, I'm happy that you're enjoying these. And again, if there's anything more that I can do that would help, either leave that in the comments below or send an email to me through my contact form on my website. I'd really be happy to hear from you. And if I don't get back to you right away, I am starting to get a little bit more email because of this, and it's getting a little more time consuming for me, but I still look for those really great ones and the great questions, and I love to answer them and help out where I can. So with that, I guess I'm going to continue my goals and continue working toward the same ones that we've worked on before. I'm going to start trying to do a little bit more travel, simply because I'm getting to that age where I really want to get out there more and do more things. I'll be running more trips. I really hope you can join me on those. I'm going to be doing a little bit more, some recaps on some of the processes that I've done with you so far, just to give you a little bit more finer details. And another thing that I've had requests from people are on our guide prints. They'd like to see, they can see the prints that I make in the videos, but they can't actually see the prints themselves. And rather than try to, make editioned prints to sell to people so that they can see what their work is like, I think I'm going to work up a series of guide prints that are basically just images that show you what a good palladium print looks like, and what maybe a good cyanotype print looks like, and maybe what a good salt print looks like, something like that. So keep an eye out for that. I'll try to keep it real affordable. The other thing is the negative and print combination that I've been offering through my digital negative video, which I'll leave linked up here. I'm going to change that photograph. I've been doing that one now for a couple of years, and a lot of people do order that combination, and I'd just like to change it up a little bit. So that's probably going to change in the future. So if by any chance you watch that video, you order that print, and a different one comes to you, it's going to be because I've just changed up the print for my own benefit and excitement, that kind of thing. So yeah, and thank you all that have ordered. Some of you, I for a while there, I was not getting notified of the prints or of things as they were ordered, and I was getting a little bit behind on them. I'm caught up now almost all the way. If you have not had yours yet, don't worry, I'm getting to it. It's been very busy. I had a print offer back during the holiday that I was pretty overwhelmed with, and although I got everything out, I didn't really have much time to get onto other things. So I'll be catching up on that as well. Again, Patreon people, thank you so much for following me and supporting me. Anybody else that wants to sign on to Patreon, please do. The link is below. I'll try to get a little bit more effort into that this year. And with that, happy 2024. Let's get on to it. Let's have some fun. Stay tuned to my website, billschwab.com. Stay tuned to my Instagram. I'll leave that link below. And keep looking at the little shorts that I throw out there. I know a lot of them aren't really that informative, but they're a lot of fun. And I just try to do something to keep views coming in, which is, you know, a little bit of a grovel. But if you could help and spread the word to other friends that do what we do and others that might like to do this, please do. I really, really, really appreciate that. Okay, so with that, give me a thumbs up if you're still liking this and still enjoying yourself. Send me some suggestions and have a really good time. Go on vacation someplace. It really helps. And I'll see you again next time, all right? Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.